Shalom. Before I begin, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone that rule well. And peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. To you, I say Shalom. And this video I'm about to show you, just goes to show you how abominable the church is now, man. The wacky tacky Christian church, the Catholic church, all these churches, man, they're off, man. The scripture talks about how wisdom will cry out in the streets, man. Will cry out in a building. There's no temple that can house the Lord, man. Because if you have a Christian church, everybody, 99% of the people that in there is going to be Christians, right? So how can they hear about other things, Everybody's going to be on one accord in there. So you really can't teach. Everybody's going to agree whatever the preacher says, man. You can't ask questions. So how can you learn if you don't ask questions? That's a crucial part of learning. If somebody proclaims themselves to be a teacher, they got to give an opportunity for people to ask questions, all right? Because you can't just say things and people get it. People got to ask questions because everybody learns differently. But nonetheless, let me go to real quick, 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lust, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation. All right. Now, even though, in the video, the lady is proclaiming to be a woman of the Lord, in a way she is, but the way she's doing it, she's scoffing, man. Everybody here is scoffing. All right, I'm going to play this video real quick.
Women preaching for all, don't listen to St. Paul, cause I can lead the way. My ministry's growing, excommunication, I'm still glowing. M-div, shouts still flowing. Where you think the church is going? Hey, I was baptized, and this is crazy. God just called me, so ordain a lady.
Man, that's a straight folly, man. If we go to, you heard her, she said, don't listen to St. Paul, which is true. All right, 1 Corinthians chapter 14. 1 Corinthians 14 and 34. Let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law. Right? You got here a woman talking about she's ordained, like to be a preacher and stuff. But the scriptures clearly says in the New Testament that the woman keeps silence in the churches, man. Because the woman isn't supposed to be out there teaching men, right? A woman's really supposed to teach children. She can't be out there teaching men. Anytime a woman leads men, it leads to destruction, all right? And you can see it in society now, how Babylon pedestalizes the woman. And look at the direction Babylon is going. Look at the direction America is going, man. Because they put women on a pedestal, and everything revolves around the woman. In a way, women have more rights, more freedom than men in Babylon, right? A woman could literally for the most part, do whatever they want, right? You'll see stories about women teachers sleeping with their students, and they only get probation. But when men do it, they'll get 20 years in prison and things of that nature. Right? Because women aren't judged equally here, man. Women aren't put on a pedestal here. But that's just one rough example. But any court case, really, a woman goes to court, if she commits the same crime as a man, she's going to be judged with a lighter sentence, right? If she goes to jail at all, man. Women really have to commit heinous acts to go to prison. Truly heinous, right? For the most part, they get some 30 days in jail, probation, things of that nature. So women aren't judged properly. How can they honestly be judges, right? They can't. They really can't judge correctly because they think and act based off emotion, and emotions are always changing. Logic is what you need in order to be a correct judge, but only really men act off being logical. But at the same time, since this is a woman-led society, a lot of men act emotionally now, man. All right. sorry for rambling, but 1 Corinthians 14 and 35. And if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home, for it is a shame for women to speak in the church. Right? This is a shameful thing here. And you know what it is too? These women lack shame. This is why they're up there singing songs, dancing, talking about they're ordained, don't listen to Paul. Right? Not listening to Paul is going to get your ass judged, man. Going to get your ass destroyed. Because Paul is the oracle of the Most High, man. Paul speaks on the behalf of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So if you're saying don't listen to Paul, in a way you're saying don't listen to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Right? 1 Corinthians 14 and 36. What? Came the word of the Most High out from you? Or came it unto you only? If any man thinks himself to be a prophet or spiritual, let him acknowledge that the things that I write unto you are the commandments of the Lord. Right? The things that Paul writes are the commandments of the Lord. And we're reading 1 Corinthians, which is a book written by Paul to the church of Corinth. Right? Now, when this lady says, don't listen to Paul, she's going off, man. And she's leading people to go off too. That's why the scripture talks about when the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the ditch, man. This woman and anybody following these women at the same time are going to be destroyed and fall into the ditch. Come on, she could lead the way. Only Yahushua could lead the way. Don't listen to St. Paul because I could lead the way. All right? If you're led by this woman here, you are going to be destroyed. Guaranteed, man. 1 Timothy chapter 2. First Timothy 2. I'm gonna start at I'll jump straight to 11, straight to the point. 1 Timothy 2 and 11. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. Right. And when she says don't listen to St. Paul, because she could lead the way, she's usurping authority. That's her in a way, trying to usurp authority. If let's go to the dictionary real quick. Go to the word usurp. Because you got to understand what these words mean when you say them. Usurp, according to dictionary.com, to seize and hold a position, office, power by force or without legal right. Right. She has no right to usurp authority over Paul. Talk about don't listen to Paul because she could lead the way. Abomination, man. The second definition, to use without authority or right, employed wrongfully. Right. She's using the scriptures without authority or right. She's using, teaching in church. She doesn't have the right to teach in church. And that's according to the Bible. Right? And how can you call yourself ordained if you're not following the script? Let me hold on real quick. Salakia. First John 2 and 3. And hereby we do know that we know him if we keep his commandments. For Timothy said, and Paul said, Salakia, Paul said that, let any man that believes himself to be a prophet, let him understand basically that the words that Paul's speaking are the commandments of the Lord. Right? So there are commandments in the New Testament too. He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments is a liar, and the truth is not in him. Right? Just like this woman told him she's ordained, but she's not keeping the commandments. One commandment is not teaching in the church. Another commandment, we go back to 1 Corinthians 14. 1 Corinthians 14 and 37. If any man think himself to be a prophet or spiritual, let him acknowledge that the things that I write unto you are the commandments of the Lord. Right. So she's not following the commandments. So she doesn't know the Lord. So she cannot be ordained. All right. Let me jump to actually stay in First Corinthians. 1 Corinthians 11:1. Be ye followers of me, even as I also am a follower of Salakia. Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Mashiach. Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things, and keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you. Right. Because, we teach men, and men are supposed to teach their wives. Right. Now, if a woman is single, she can ask questions and things of that nature. But for the most part, everything has to be done decently and in order. So for the most part, this ministry is for men. For the most part. Of course, you got elect women out there. You got righteous women out there. But for the most part, this ministry is for men. Now, a righteous woman won't be out there singing songs talking about she's ordained and don't listen to Paul. That's a wicked woman. All right? 1 Corinthians 11:3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Mashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Mashiach is the Most High. Right? Everything has to be done decently and in order. So the head of the woman is the man. Now she's out there saying, "Don't listen to Paul." Who is this woman? Who is this bitch, man? Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonoreth his head. But every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her head uncovered, dishonoreth her head. For that is even all as one if she were shaven. Right. If we go back to this video, not one woman has their hair covered.
Excommunication, I'm still glowing. M-div, just flowing. Where you think the church is going?
Where we think the church is going? Straight into that lake of fire, man. Nuclear missiles upon the four corners of Babylon. And every church is going to be destroyed in Babylon, man. Because of shit like this, man. That's how you know the Lord is not in these churches, man.
Hey, I was baptized, and this is crazy. But God just called me, so ordain a lady. Justice doesn't look right, with only male priests. But God just called me, so ordain a lady.
Justice doesn't look right with only male priests. But God just called me, so ordain a lady. Man, this place is through, man. And only in America will you see shit like this, man. Only in America will you see pride on this level, man. But I'm gonna wrap it up with that. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakodash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles of great millstone that rule well. And peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. Until next time, we'll say Shalom and Abad Rabal.